Welcome to Mind the Transitions, the space where you define and design your journey forward, developing language for your experience, and making meaning of grief rather than treating it as something to get over. I'm Rosalind Price. I'm a certified grief coach, a transition strategist, and I'm also a lifelong grief navigator. Today I asked someone how she was doing after losing her mom. I asked, "How are you hanging in there today?" And she didn't sugarcoat it. She said, "I'm a bundle of emotional mess. I'm exhausted. I don't even want to get off the sofa." She had no brave face, no "I'm hanging in there," just the truth. And I told her, "Good, you're doing it right." I didn't mean that as praise, and I didn't mean it as judgment. I meant it as permission. Because grief isn't meant to look polished. This conversation happened a few days after the funeral, after the calls, after the logistics, after all the things that needed to be handled. When the doing stops and the quiet sets in. She had been her mom's caregiver for a long time, showing up, holding it together, anticipating everyone else's needs. And then her mom died. So of course she was tired. Of course her body wanted the sofa. That wasn't weakness. That was wisdom. That was her nervous system finally exhaling after months, sometimes years of holding on. Her body saying, "You can set this down now. I've got you. Rest." But so many of us don't do that. Even in grief, we try to be productive. We keep moving. We distract ourselves. We feel guilty for slowing down, as if pausing means we're falling apart, as if doing nothing means we're failing. Well, what if being a mess isn't failure? What if it's honesty? What if the sofa isn't avoidance, but recovery? In my work, I see this moment again and again, the days after the funeral, when the structure disappears and the body finally realizes what has happened. Grieving isn't something to push through. It's something we move with. Loss moves us into grieving. Grieving moves us into transition, and eventually, slowly, unevenly, into a new normal we didn't ask for, but learned to live inside. Grief doesn't leave, it becomes a companion. And when we stop fighting it, when we stop judging ourselves for how it looks, it can actually help orient us, ground us, and guide what comes next. So when someone tells me they're exhausted, when they can't get up, when they feel like an emotional mess, I don't rush them out of it. Because sometimes the most healing thing we can say is, "You're not doing this wrong. Your body knows the way. Rest." And if you're in the days after the funeral, after the doing, there's a name for this space. It's transition. And you don't have to navigate it without support. This is the heart of the work we do inside Mind the Transitions. A space to be honest about what's changed, to move with grief instead of fighting it, and to find your footing gently and over time. You don't have to rush, and you don't have to do this alone. So today I invite you to ask yourself, am I powering through, or am I moving with grief and allowing my body and mind to have stillness? Join me for additional insights, resources and tools, personal shares, and more. I'm here with you.